Mr. or Mrs. Bob, the Bobrisky. I told you, we all told you, you didn't go to jail. And you were there just flaunting and arguing with everybody on social media, flaunting yourself up and down. You could not stay quiet after you were lodged in luxurious Airbnb or apartment or whatever you call it. Like, people are not smart. So this boy actually did you a big favor, gave you 4 million to help you with everything. And when you came out, you didn't think of how to pay the money. All you did was throw party and flaunt yourself around on social media. Who exactly are you trying to press their neck? Bobrisky. Because this whole thing, now you're coming out and typing rubbish on your social media handle. Like, you are not a smart boy. Honestly, or, oh, sorry, a smart girl. Smart he, she. Bobrisky, you said on your in your own words that you were set up. You see, listen, guys, there's a difference between somebody agreeing that he or she was set up and somebody saying that I was accused wrongly. These two words are totally different. These two sentences, they are totally different. So Bobrisky, let me not bite my tongue. Bobrisky agreeing that he was set up actually mean that he knew that he was guilty of whatever offense he was being charged, right? Because if he said, I don't know who is accusing me wrongly, it would be a total different thing. But let's start from there. He said he was set up. He doesn't know who was setting him up. And hey, Mr. Folanko, 8 million to Bobrisky. We'll come back to you. And hello, Demola in New York. 1 million for Bobrisky. What is the relationship between you guys and this Bob? We'll be back to you guys. So Bobrisky was actually on his way to the prison when his godfather, his unknown godfather, called whoever he called. Actually, he called the Controller General of Prison in Abuja to talk to him or whatever they did to make sure that Bobrisky doesn't enter the prison. First of all, let's start from the fact that the main offense Bobrisky actually committed was money laundering. Because let me tell you, before EFCC come to you or come after you because of money laundering, they have a proof from a very close source. You know, they don't just come after you. They must have watched you and they must have gathered information. So trust me, when they are saying that Bobrisky laundered money, because what is Bobrisky's occupation? What does he do? To be able to own a 450 million mansion. Bob, waiting you did. What's your occupation? Can we know? So let me tell you, before EFCC went for Bobrisky, they actually know that he has dipped his hand into something messy. And trust me, that must be deadly, because for Bobrisky to have, coughed out 15 million to bribe EFCC to drop that charge against him, it means that whatever he did to get that money was really dirty. Let's continue. Mr. Elele, the contributor of 12 million naira. I hail you. Controller General of Prison. So this is what you guys do. Whoever the godfather is contacted you to make sure that somebody who has a federal government case that was supposed to go to prison, whoever the godfather is contacted you and you make sure that Bobrisky didn't go to prison, a whole federal government case. You guys are terrible. But anyway, fast the bad boy. You, where they come shout for on top of everybody's head how you're going to help people, how you're going to help the poor, how you're going to make the country better, whatever, you're there deceiving yourself and talking rubbish. So you are actually the one who contacted whoever you contacted, and the person contacted the father, or is it your father that is the son? Senior advocate of Nigeria. Hey, senior advocate. So whoever contacted his father, senior advocate of, do you know what that position mean? Man, a senior advocate of Nigeria stooped so low to speak to Bobrisky, somebody who has been condemned to go to prison because of money laundering, who has bribed his way out, a big offense, number one. You stoop so low to actually speak to Bobrisky and make sure that you helped him get a plea for pardon or whatever you called it. And even at that, the plea for pardon, before it could be granted, Bobrisky had to pay another 10 million. And the senior advocate of Nigeria rubbed his hand into this. Oh, pitiful. Honestly, Nigeria is a finished country. Trust me. The corruption has it has eaten so deep into the root that it's only God. It's only God that can wipe this out. For real, because and this Bobrisky, I mean, you're not smart because for you to have come out again and start saying, you know that first of all, a video has been released or a voice record has been released against you. You know that somebody actually released this voice record and you started calling the guy. The proof is there. You started calling the guy, calling the guy, and later you pay the money. In the space of 24 hours, you pay the money. Don't you think that whoever has released this voice record of yours is capable of also showing the proof that you have paid the money? And you're not smart enough to just keep your mouth shut. You came out again and started saying that your attention has been drawn to a fake voice record circulating on the social media about you paying EFCC. You didn't pay any EFCC. You didn't. Don't you think that this will just like make a very dark man, strengthen himself to come back harder for you? You think he's joking with you? Man, you should have just kept quiet. And people, let me tell you, for Bobrisky to have wasted 25 million naira on a case like this, trust me, he has done something very dirty to have gotten that 450 million naira he used to buy his mansion. Because, as I said earlier, they won't come for you just for coming for you. They must have investigated and know that you actually did something very, very dirty for them to have come to you and to start, extorting this huge amount of money for you from you. Honestly, this is to show you that Nigeria is a dirty country. EFCC, you guys that are always chasing people, EFCC in the mud, chasing people from here to there, from here to here. No, we are doing our work. That's why till today Yaya Bello is still running. You guys can never catch him now. Even if he's eating with you guys on the same table, you cannot catch him because he's on the run according to corrupt EFCC. This is bad. Like a highly reputable organization like EFCC can stoop so low to collect bribe, and now whoever is the general superintendent or whoever is the manager for EFCC or their oga come out and say, "Oh, we are looking into it. We are going to make sure we find the people that collected the money." Do you think you want to come and shout for who? You won't tell me say you don't know. You think they collect this amount of money and hide it? You must have collected your cut. But anyway, I know you come and shout so that before you know, investigation will go on, investigation will go on, investigation forever. And at the end of the day, probably innocent people or whatever will just be crucified as usual. It's so painful. So it's only actually the poor masses that are the mercy of justice. At the mercy of being condemned, because obviously Bobrisky didn't go to jail because he had a godfather. Money laundering, 450 million naira. That's a whole lot of money. And tomorrow you come and tell me that you are working your EFCC and you call the government and you call no, Tinubu is doing this. Yeah, go and sit down, please. You all are corrupt. You all are messy. Oof. Fast the bad boy. This is in fact, I'm so disappointed in you. Oh, go and sleep. Sheesh.